Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the show. Now, some of our regular watchers, listeners, will probably realise that we cancelled last week's show due to the sad news that our friend and family member Joy passed away, which was very, very sad, and we felt it wasn't right for us to do the show. But we are going to do the show this week, and we're going to do a special tribute to Joy at the end of the show. And we feel we're going to do so we're going to run the start of the show as we planned with the three acts, because Joy loved music, she loved the arts, and she always had a big smile on her face, and she would not want us to sit here looking sad for the whole time. So our plan is to put on the show and to have some fun and to raise our glasses and to make it a fun night. Okay, that's really important. And we'll have a little tribute. We're going to have a special tribute, which Linda's going to lead a tribute at the end of the show for that. So, with that in mind, we're going to do the show at the start as we wanted. I'm going to have some fun. I have got my very, very favourite Damned t-shirt on, as you can see. Neat, neat, neat. It's a very old t-shirt, but I love this t-shirt. And this t-shirt always makes me feel happy when I got my t-shirt on. So, I've got my favourite t-shirt on. It's Friday night. We're going to have.
Are you going to be changing your t-shirts? Or
I'm not sure.
Daisy, who's in tonight, she was actually asking if you were going to change your t-shirt, a bit like a Diana Ross kind of changeover thing.
Yeah, I do. I tend to do t-shirts because I've been very, very kindly sent t-shirts from some of the performers. So I've always wanted to put a t-shirt on, but nobody's sent me a t-shirt this week at all. So I'm going to wear my own t-shirts. It's very bad.
Well, I got mine from Mike Gary. Gorton Girls. I can't read it backwards.
Gorton Girls know all the words to Chaka Khan songs.
Yeah, there you go. Gorton is a suburb in Manchester, by the way.
So I hope you really enjoy the tribute we've got later on, which is very special. But before that, we've got some great music and poetry for you. So wherever you're listening from the UK, from Ireland, we had people from Brazil previously. We've had people from Mexico. And we've had people from Germany, and we've had people from
you're just going to make it
little
up now.
villages, in parts of the UK. So, who have we got on tonight?
Okay, so we have brilliant lineup as always. Aoife Scott, who is an amazing traditional folk singer, and her group will be performing later on tonight. I met Aoife actually in the past when she's played a few gigs in Cork, and she's brilliant, absolutely fantastic, so I'm looking forward to that. And
we have Lorraine Nash, who is actually very, very good. She's newly signed to FIFA Records, a record label based in Cork, and she's absolutely fabulous. I really like her a lot, actually. I don't know her actually, but I'm saying she's nice. I say I like her. I like her music. I don't know her personally, but she seems like she's a nice person.
I think she's
by the photos.
Nice. Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to checking her out. And who have we got first?
And we've got Stephen James Smith. Who is an absolutely incredible poet and a very dear friend of ours. Go on, you.
I was going to say not dear friend. I mean, we know we've known Stephen for a long time, but we're not super close.
He's a dear friend.
That's not a disrespect line. I like Stephen a lot.
Stephen came and stayed with us. Don't you remember?
Yeah, that's true.
And you were going to work, and I was taking the children to school, and we just left Stephen to have a lie-in, as you do.
Yeah.
And the next door neighbour thought he had a burglar.
She had a key.
Yeah, so anyway, it all worked out.
Well, you said at the end of the story, the neighbour got the key, thought it was a burglar, came to the house. Stephen stood there on top of the stairs, and he's a tall bloke, and it was all fine. So,
I would do my Irish Dublin accent, but what happened last time?
No. Anyway, he's an absolutely fantastic, and his words, there's not many poets can actually add such emotion and passion and words, into his work. And I just say I love his work to bits, and he's an absolutely lovely bloke. So, let's do the first link very smoothly. I'm going to say Stephen J. Smith, and then Stephen J. Smith is going to magically appear inside your computer screens. It's incredible. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Stephen James Smith.
How's it going, everybody? Dear Eve, my name is Stephen James Smith, and you're very welcome to the Cabaret Connects. So thanks very much to Linda and Carol for organising this. Two good heads down there in Cork, who I've been very lucky to share the stage with a few times. They've always been very kind to me and to loads of other performers. While I hail from Dublin, I'm currently in the sunny southeast. I'm living actually in Wexford town now, so I'll just show you. Out to my left here, I'm very fortunate to have a nice view of the Irish Sea. The train just went by there, so it did a moment ago, and I was out doing my steps, trying to get the steps in each day. So see me knobbly knees. You didn't need to see that, did you? Actually, you know, I'm gonna plug this in before the battery dies. That'd be a good idea, Stephen, wouldn't it? Because this is the third time after trying this and it's messed up each time. Shouldn't be giving away the secrets. Anyway, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's the 18th for me, but I believe it's the 25th for you. And we have my old pal Aoife Scott. So I'm looking forward to hearing her, and a couple of new voices from me with Lorraine and Ross. So I'm really looking forward to hearing them. Right, I've 15 minutes been told. I'm after waffling for a minute and 25 seconds, so I should probably cut to the chase. Right, this is, a lot of you probably remember this book. It isn't actually mine. I bought it in a second-hand shop the other day, although I have another copy over there. So I think I'll do a Yeats poem, and then I'll do one or two of mine. How about that? Well, that's what's happening. So that's the crack. I ended up doing, I was doing a bit of a lecture, believe it or not, the things you get involved in doing for Carlow University in Pittsburgh in America the other day, and I read this poem for them September 1913, and it was the first time I read it in quite a long time. I was kind of nervous that day because I hadn't gigged in ages, apart like one or two virtual things with this, but it's sort of weird entering back into the performance world. Anyway, I hope you're safe and comfortable at home, and or wherever you are, and I hope you enjoy this. So this is September 1913 by W.B. Yeats. Nice loads of scribbles on the side there as well, which is great. What need you been, and come to sense, and to fumble in a greasy till, and to add the halfpence to the pence, and to prayer the shivering prayer until you'd have dried the marrow from the bone, for men were born to pray and save. Romantic Ireland, it's dead, it's gone, it's with O'Leary in the grave. Yet they were of a different kind. The names that still their childish play, they have gone about the world like wind, but little time had they to pray for whom that hangman's rope was spun, and what, God help us, could they save? Romantic Ireland, it's dead, it's gone, it's with O'Leary in the grave. Was it for this the wild geese spread the grey wing upon every tide? For this that all that blood was shed, for this Edward Fitzgerald died, and Robert Emmet, and Wolfe Tone, and all the delirium of the brave. Romantic Ireland, it's dead, it's gone, it's with O'Leary in the grave. Yet could we turn those years again, and call those exiles as they were, and all their loneliness and pain, you'd cry, some woman's yellow hair, it has maddened every mother's son. But they weighed so lightly with what they gave. But let them be, they're dead, they're gone, they're with O'Leary in the grave. Yeah, bring me back to my school days, that one. I feel a bit nasally, excuse me if this performance is a bit off. I'm hay fevered up, so I am. After my walk, I took a decongestant there an hour ago thinking this be grand, but it obviously hasn't worked just yet. Anyway, so this is my Lower, my book. What would I read for you? Oh, I know what to read. I might do two out of this because this is only a short one. And the reason, it's the last poem of the book. It's called Read It, Flame. 1, 2, 3. Page 1, 2, 3. The reason I'm going to read it for you is I mentioned Harry Clarke. If you don't know who Harry Clarke is, look him up. He was an incredible stained glass artist, and there was a church in Tarranier. I used to live in Tarranier many moons ago, about 10 moons ago, about 10 years ago, and I think it's St. Joseph's Church, and I used to go there, not that I'm a religious person, but I used to go there and sit down just to be kind of quiet. And on my walk the other day with a pal of mine, Gareth Quinn Redmond, and his lovely Mexican lady, Dania. We popped into a church down here in Wexford, and there was some Harry Clark glass there. So that, I guess, connects me, or connects me to this poem anyway. So it goes with this. Excuse me. I've taken myself back to church. Not that I faith in Rome or any other destination, nor do I seek the spectacle of ceremony. I've come here to be alone in the undergrowth, to feel small, to pair back with back on wooden bench. I've come to sacrifice an ego. Harry Clark's glass is overhead, glowing with Gabriel's annunciation. I'm enriched by the depth of his blue. Frost-like, my divergence came to pass so long ago. But what road now? Where am I going to go? Yeah, that's an old poem in some ways. In fact, it was, if we're sticking on the Cork theme, it was once published in the Examiner, but it was mispublished. Is that even a word? Which is rich in me saying that, but they messed up a line. I wasn't delighted. Anyway, and there's a nice picture on it there by my friend Tiffany. She drew that for me when we went to Galway together, and I met her in Malaysia. Mad how all these little connections happen. How I got to go to Malaysia in 2016 to do a couple of gigs, which was weird and lovely. Weird to think that that sort of stuff would happen and that poetry could take me there. Very grateful that it did. So that's 7 minutes. Hope you're with me so far. I probably should be more professional, shouldn't I, in knowing what I'm gonna do. But sometimes it's nice just to see what comes your way. Okay, I'll read this one. This is called Night Sky and Butterfly, and I wrote it in Kerry, in Kilreely, at an artist retreat down there that I was in. I went down there, I think it was in 2015 I went down there, and I wasn't in a very good place in my head, to be honest with you. But a nice thing happened. Another reason I'm going to do this, I got 120 euros into my bank account today because this has been used in a leaving certificate textbook, and they paid me that to use it, which I don't know, I was happy with that. Like, I didn't think that would ever happen, getting royalties from a poem. God love the poor students stuck having to learn it, I guess. I'm funny if there's a kind of few questions in the textbook. I have the textbook over there. And I think what I might do is write out my answers per se. They can interpret it whatever they want, but that might help them then when they're going to potentially answer it on the leaving cert, you know. Make it a bit easier on them. Haven't read this in ages. Anyway, here we go. Night Sky and Butterfly. It goes like this. I've done more sleeping here than I'd intended to. The other morning, when I went to make coffee, there was a butterfly that had somehow found its way into the cottage. I couldn't reach to free it, so it stayed there fluttering away, pressed against the glass. I sat alone all day, burning turf, turning pages, and playing with the pine cone I found in the path. That pine cone is over there, as it happens. I looked up at the darkness of the sky. They say this area is a dark sky reserve. People come here to gaze. In between my navel gazing, I saw Orion hunting in Star Wars above the Skellig Islands. I wonder, during a clear moonless night, would the gables take the weight? This here is the core zone of the dark sky reserve. There is no critical light. A buffer zone protects this core zone. This isthmus, which is a word I had to learn for this, it's kind of like a piece of land that juts out, nearly connects to another area. This isthmus is reaching beyond, and in the distance, a lighthouse flashing calls us in. We only love until we don't. The next morning, the butterfly landed on me. I took it in my hand and led it to the door. Only in going away can we realise where home is. Kind of relevant to that last line to me, really, now. given that this is now my home after 38 years of being a dub, to find myself in the yellow belly county of Wexaco. It's a nice change, but unexpected. But sure, maybe only in going away can we realise where home is. Make of that what you will. Yeah, I've loads of things over there. Let's have a look. Maybe that'll inspire me to find another poem, or maybe I'm just wasting time. I don't know. I've about 4 minutes to go. Let me see. This is a little kind of, a lovely man called Tom King gave me this after a gig I did in Oldcastle in County Meath. There is the pine cone from Kerry that I mentioned in that poem that I held. It helped me. Seems odd maybe to say that, maybe it doesn't, but it kind of centered me at a moment when I wasn't in great form really. Sometimes you just need to hold on to something, don't you? And that was what I held on to get me through that period of time. So I tell you what, I'll read 2 out of this. I might go slightly over my 15 minutes. I hope that's okay, but I won't go too far beyond it. This is a poem just opened up in this one, a little chapbook I made, and it's called I've Had Lovers. And the way it came to me was I woke up one morning with that line in my head, and the issue sometimes for people when they create is you mightn't kind of try and capture the lightning when it strikes, and you can let it go away, and that's a cardinal sin. So it is. So when I had this line, I stayed in my bed until I had finished the poem, and it got turned into a bit of a song by a pal of mine, Laura Quirk, from the great band Lemoncello. So I was very honoured that she would do that. So anyway, because of this, I've had lovers. I've had lovers and I've had loves, but when I love again, I will love like Michael Fury. Is it unrealistic to love like a fictional character that's been conjured up in the mind of Jimmy, a young traveller who serenaded his love in the dead of winter, his lungs frozen with the snowy song of ache, unable to rest with yearning to proclaim, I want to proclaim all my love with fury. I'm done with tepid encounters, sparks and dying embers only warm the souls in passing, flames can only extinguish lost feelings burning me up. Let's not insult each other with kind kisses. Let's tear out our hearts or nothing at all. And as the other day was Bloomsday, 2 days ago, it feels relevant. It was 2 days ago, wasn't it? Yeah, it's the 18th today, 2 days ago. It feels relevant to mention Jimmy in that, and James Joyce, his great short story, The Dead, is where Michael Fury, the character who I reference in this, comes from. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend you do. So I'll leave you. I might get in under the 15, who knows. I'll leave you with this poem called We Must Create. It's written in a pentameter, which is a sort of a structural rhythmical style per line. There's 10 syllables in each line, apart from one line, which is grand. I forgave myself. And it's really just a call to arms for you to create each day. Sometimes it's a call to me to remind myself to try and create each day, because I'm great at dishing out the advice, but it doesn't mean I always practice my own advice, you know. I'm a rent-a-guru. So anyway, we must create. And again, thank you very much to Carol and Linda for inviting me to be part of Cabaret Connects, and thanks also to the other contributors, Lorraine, Ross and Aoife. I hope you all have a lovely day wherever you are in the world, and look after yourselves and each other. So we'll finish with this. We must create to know who we can be. I say this for you, I say this for me. We must create to know who we can be. Early beginnings, heartbeat, warmth anew, first breath, eyes open, a new point of view, hands touch, ears hear, clocks ticking, I am who. We must create to know who we can be. Screaming out from within with the voice here, a note floating on there, lulling the fear, melody all around this atmosphere. We must create to know who we can be. From scrawling with crayons to Lego bricks, from knitting needles, soft textile fabrics to air guitar and old Jimi Hendrix, we must create to know who we can be. I've actually got my guitar out recently, trying to learn a little bit more again, which is it's been good for my head. So get out there and do your own air guitar of Jimi Hendrix. There are creative accountants' CVs, Tinder profiles where you look the bee's knees, but best not to force it, it comes with ease. We must create to know who we can be. We heard the songs sung, it helped ease the pain. We didn't feel so lonesome as we sang the refrain. We forgot that feeling until we heard it again. We must create to know who we can be. From nursery rhymes to white-collar crimes, what have you to say in uncertain times? Have you the chance to change the paradigms? We must create to know who we can be. Do you remember the time you heard an opening allegro, or when that beat dropped and how it made your head go? Some things make no sense unless you're in flow. We must create to know who we can be. You may rise then fall, or fall then rise. An arc of a story contains no surprise, but how you tell it, therein the art lies. We must create to know who we can be. If you do it for the money, you'll be called a fraud. If you think you're great company and you might be God, delusions of grandeur aren't that odd. We must create to know who we can be. There's all sorts of forms, disciplines, levels. To challenge yourself in the intervals where you'll find rivals and reasons for approvals. We must create to know who we can be. If it saved you from yourself, and now there's no other way, it doesn't matter how it moved you. Welcome to the ballet. You just found the peak of Parnassus. Fair play. We must create to know who we can be. I say this for you. I say this for me. We must create to know who we can be. So that's enough from me. Thank you very much again. Get out there and create. I've gone 2 minutes 30 seconds over time. Sorry about that. Apologise. I'm sure they can edit out one of my poems if needs be. Right? Take care anyway, everybody. Slán. Gurmila Malgut.
Absolutely fantastic. When I was watching that, I was reminded about when we first came over to Ireland, actually 18, 19 years ago, got into poetry, got into performance poetry. And say 15, 16 years ago, it wasn't such a big scene as it is now. And we went down to the International Bar in Dublin and we did a gig down there with Stephen, who ran a night called the Glow Sessions.
Yeah.
And, you know, I remember walking down International Bar and it was just such a magical experience. Listening to Stephen J. Smith, no PAs. You could, if the room was full, you could hear a pin drop. And Dermot Bulger was on as well. I remember Dermot Bulger, the great Irish author and poet, and he did a poem called the Neilstown Matadors. It was just amazing, worth checking out. And then there was Colin Keegan did a piece. I think John Cummins did a piece. All these fantastic poets on the Irish music scene. I'm just completely transfixed by that. And I just remembered what a wonderful thing that Stephen set up, and that was in the early days really, but he's gone on to do big stages around the world since, so we're really pleased that he took the time to come on and record a video. So that was really special actually, and it's nice, the nice memories there.
Yeah. So next we've got Lorraine Nash. Now we've not actually met Lorraine, as you were saying.
No.
Absolutely gorgeous voice. There's an artist, Natalie Merchant, that she reminds me of actually. She's got a beautiful tone to her voice. And
Natalie Merchant. Now, which band was she in before she was in Natalie Merchant?
Do you know what? It's on the tip of me.
Is it?
Go on, you better just.
Actually, was it? I think the Sundays, wasn't it? Was it the Sundays?
Do you know? If Joy was here, she would know because her musical knowledge was amazing. I
think it was the Sundays. She was in a great band before that. Show my age.
Was it a Sunday? Why am I saying? Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, please, someone correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm talking about Lorraine Nash now.
No?
You're digressing. So anyway, she's a wonderful voice. She's up and coming Irish artist from Kerry, multi-instrumentalist and songwriter. So do have a look at her now. Amazing. She
has releases out, so you know, I think we're going to get it. I'm going to get the album. That's it. I decided.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, Lorraine. No, there's no point getting two, is there?
Well, no.
Just get one. We live together. You know what I'm saying?
I suppose.
I'm just saying.
We could be in separate rooms.
Well, we could do, but I think it's better to get one, isn't it?
Okay, should we just move on?
Yeah. Lorraine will understand.
Okay.
My name is Lorraine Nash and I'm going to be playing some of my songs for you this evening. I want to thank Linda and Cabaret Connect for having me. Yeah, and I'm really excited to be involved. So this first song is called Lowlights, so I hope you enjoy. This next track is called Winter Sun, and this was one of the first ones I had started recording at home because obviously we haven't had any access to recording studios at the moment, so it was kind of a trial run for me. But yeah, like seeing the reaction it got for like a home recording kind of gave me the encouragement to go on and start recording some more stuff and to take a lot of that recording work into my own hands. So before I would have relied a lot on other people, but I bought some equipment, and yeah, I think it was a good way to go, just to get a bit more independence from recording as well. So this track is called Winter Sun. Right. So this next song is called Changing Tides. Oh, I don't know what to say, I should say something anyway, even if I cannot say what's on my mind. I'm trying to see your point of view, a different angle, something new, but I hope that I can hold on to mine. In this changing tide, let the waves crash by your side, let the water wash you, and know that I will only do the best I can by you. So I'll take it as it comes, just like I do with the sun, but sometimes the sun gets in your eyes. And I'm not saying it's a curse, my love, it could be so much worse. So let it shine till I go blind. And in this changing tide, let the waves crash by your side, let the water wash you new, and know that I will only do the best I Sometimes there's lessons to be learned, other times we just burn. And over the fire raise a glass to the changing tide. Let the waves crash by your side. Let the water wash you new. Know that I will only do the best I can by you in this changing tide. Let the waves crash by your side. Let the water wash in you. And know that I will only do the best I can by you. Know that I will only do the best I can by you. So I'm going to play my last song for you now, but once again I just want to thank Cabaret Connect for having me. It's been great, and there's so many other brilliant artists involved, so it's great to be on such a nice roster. So yeah, this song is called Sing With Her. At the back of the band, keeping time strong, but you don't understand, so you won't sing along. The most beautiful sounds come from the unknown, up from underground, so you better stoop down low. Show me what you've got, I won't think of you as weak. No one's asking you to get down on your knees. Take it like the man that you say you are. You can still be strong and sing with her. Do what you must to satisfy your mind. Placate you with lies, stay away from mine. You hold your cards to your chest, and you want the table too, but you gotta leave some room for me to make my move. Show me what you've got, I won't think of you as weak. No one's asking you to get down on your knees. Take it like the man that you say you are. You can still be strong, sing with her. Whoa, 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 show me what you got, I won't think of you as weak. Who's asking you to get down on your knees? Take it like the man that you say you are. You can still be strong, sing with her. Show me what you've got, I won't think of you as weak. No one's asking you to get down on your knees. Take it like the man that you say you are. You can still be strong, sing with her. Thanks for watching.
That was absolutely fantastic. What did I tell you? Fantastic. Lorraine Nash, fantastic. Even though she just thanked Linda and not Carl, but it's fine. Well, you know.
Well, I wasn't going to say
It's
anything.
fine. We'll just move on from that. It's fine. She didn't thank me at all. It's fine.
Mhm.
You know. No, I'm joking. That's great. I've changed my T-shirt because I realised I went for the down at the start, and I realised, well, this is the start of all music. Really, the rock and roll movement really started through the Sun Studios session through Elvis Presley. So I've got my Sun Studios top.
Yeah.
So that's really fantastic. And I went to Memphis and got the T-shirt as well, which is rather cool. And did the whole tour thing. And Sun Studios is about as big as, you know, somebody's toilet. It's a very small room with one microphone. But it was a great to feel the energy. And yeah, fantastic. So that's brilliant. park that part. First of all, I've got breaking news from our sports correspondent. Yeah, I'd just like to report that in the football, Italy are 1-0 up on Belgium. Back to the studio.
That's for you, Tree.
I just thought I would just, let people know because, I do like doing this show, but I do like football as well. So there's a bit of a, my heart is torn slightly
We're
about
very
the
honoured
situation.
that you could join us this evening.
At least it's not tomorrow night, of course. England
Right,
match.
what's tomorrow?
England match tomorrow night. So
Okay.
Right, so there we go. So
we got football into this.
So anyway, so that's the situation. We talked about Elvis, we talked about the football.
Can we talk about your head going? You keep disappearing.
Exactly.
Off the
Well, I'm very
screen.
tall
Can
actually.
You sit still?
So I'm not tall at all actually.
Oh, no,
So this is the next part we've got. We've got creative break. We want to encourage art and creativity. Mm-hmm. And instead of having a commercial break, we have a creative break. Mm-hmm. And this week's person is Nige, and he's AKA Metalmorphosis.
He's also a very dear friend of us.
He is a dear friend of us actually, because I've known Nigel since probably the late 80s, early 90s. In fact, I went to my first outdoor rave with Nigel back in the early 90s. I mean, it's the kind of farmer's field, so with the generators, and we had a great old time. Let's just leave it there, shall we? We'll park it there. Yeah? Mm. It was a cracking night, I tell you. Grown men dancing together in the field. So
Nigel's a great friend from Lincoln, and he actually lives up the road in West Cork. And
he's made these fantastic metal sculptures, doesn't he?
I tell you what, we'll put the ad on and you can see for yourselves.
Wonderful. So can I just say that I wrote theme tune of this as well, which is rather catchy.
Oh yes, you did.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Creative break, creative break, creative break, creative break.
How good is that? Fantastic. So Nigel makes his fantastic. He's been exhibited all over the place in exhibitions. He sells his work to commissions, and it's fantastic. It's been really nice. We've had t-shirt makers, we've had jewellery purple, we've had all kinds of stuff.
Inlay art from Sour Laces, which is on guitars and ukulele. Absolutely beautiful. Just by the way, if you haven't seen us before, we do have a YouTube channel, and all the previous shows are on that. So just go to YouTube, Cabaret Connect, hit subscribe, because we've got a really skinny number of subscribers. I shouldn't really say that though, should I?
No, never say that.
No, well, they might feel sorry.
Just a selective gang of people that are very special.
We're exactly. It's intimate. But all the shows are on there with all the artists. We will have a little we'll show some of the artists that we've had, the highlights towards the end of the show as well. But yeah, check it out because we've got that and the other creative breaks as well. So it's definitely worth checking out.
We'd also like to give a shout out to GSP Filmer, aka Jack Plover. The boy, who is helps us out with the editing and his filmmaking. So he does all the links at the start, edits all the intros and the credits and everything like that. So it's fantastic. And he's got a YouTube channel called JSP Filmer, and he's got all these great movies. So I'll just give a shout out to Jack.
That's our son Jack, who's 13. Jack Samuel Plover Filmer.
So there we are. So we've got one more act to do. We've been pressing the donate button because we do this for the artists. It's been very tough for musicians throughout the pandemic. So we did this for our giving back. So the money you donate goes to the performers tonight.
But they also, this evening, it's our last show, but also we were sharing it between the performers fee tonight, but also there's two charities as well. There's the Irish charity Pieta House, and also the UK charity Papyrus. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that quite correctly, and that we will also be donating to this evening. So please, if you can donate what you can afford, very close to our hearts, and it would mean a lot if you could contribute to those, please.
But the music is not quite finished yet. We have a wonderful last turn. That's what you'd say in a working man's clubs of the old north of England. Be working man's club. Like the next turn is. So the next turn is very, very special. A big name on the Irish trad circuit.
She was the winner actually recently of the Irish Post Folk Awards. And
there's a lot of good folk in Ireland. If you're going to win that one, you know what I mean. It's not like winning. I don't know. The best Irish, lumberjack singing competitions or something. There won't be many people doing those kind of songs. You might win.
I do wonder where you get these from. I tell you what, we're waffling on here. Let's just move on. This is the amazing, wonderful Aoife Scott.
Hello there, how's it going? My name is Aoife Scott. I'm absolutely delighted to be singing a few songs for you tonight on Cabaret Connect. I hope you're all keeping well there at home. And thank you so much to Linda and all the gang for organising this. We're absolutely delighted to be here. I have here to my left Mr. Andy Meany playing the guitar. And here to my right, all the way from Donegal, it's Mr. Cathal O'Curran. He's playing bouzouki and fiddle. We're going to sing a couple of songs for you now. So this first one is one of my favourite songs of all time, and I hope you like it. It's called Building Up and Tearing England Down. I have won a hero's name with the Calpine and Costain, with Fitzpatrick Murphy's Ash and the Wimpy's gang. I've been often on the road, on me way to draw the dough, when there's nothing left to do for Johnny Lang. Now I used to think that God built the mixer picking hard, so the paddy might know hell above the ground. I've had gangers big and tough tell me tear it all out rough when you're building up and tearing England down. In a tunnel underground, a young Limerick man was found. He was built into the new Victoria line. When the bonus gang had passed, sticking to the concrete cast was the face of little Charlie Joe Devine. Oh, the ganger man Megger, oh, big Paddy hates the world. When the gas main burst and he flew off the ground. Oh, they said, don't slack, I'll not be there until I'm back. Keep on building up and tearing England down. I was on the hydro dam on the day that Jack McCann, he got his better of his stammer in a wee. He fell from the shuttering dam, and that poor old stuttering man, he was never ever more inclined to speak. And I saw old Balls McCall from the big flyover fall into a concrete mixer spinning round. Though it wasn't his intent, he got a fine head of cement when he's building up and tearing England down. I remember Carrier Jack with the hod upon his back, how he swore one day he'd set the world on fire. Well, his face you've never seen since his shovel it could clean to the middle of the big high-tension wire. Oh, no more like Robin Hood will he roam through Cricklewood, dance around the pubs in Camden Town. Oh, but let no man complain, for no Pat will die in shame when he's building up and tearing England down. So come on, you navvies bold, who do think that English gold is just waiting to be taken from each sod? Oh, the likes of you and me will never get an OBE or a knighthood for good service to the hall. They have a concrete master race who will keep you in your place, and a ganger man to kick you to the ground. If you ever try to take part of what the bosses make when you're building up and tearing England down, keep on building up and tearing England down. We're going to sing our latest song for you now. This is a song written for friends of ours, but also written during the lockdown, the first lockdown. And it was written from the point of view of, waiting for things to get better. And we were very hopeful for October. And I think that October and the autumn or the fall is my favourite time of year. It's when everything is renewed and we can start again. And so that's what this song is all about. I hope you like it. It's called Sweet October. West Clare roads, well you know they feed the soul. Stop a while where the water meets the stone. Take a breath, you can almost taste the sea. It's a half-hour drive down towards Kilkee. And come sweet October, all this will come together. All the things you'll ever hope for. Sunsets in sweet October skies. Yesterday, oh, I thought I read your mind. From Amsterdam into the Alpine skies. All those times you think deserve a smile come again if you give a little time. And come sweet October, all this will come together. All the things you'll ever hope for. Sunsets in sweet October skies. We won't even mind the rain. It'll be a perfect day. Give it all, and you give more than most. But the western breeze, it always gives you hope. Ease your mind for better dreams tonight. West Clare roads in the evening light. And come sweet October, all this will come together. All the things you'll ever hope for. Sunsets in sweet October. And come sweet October, all this will come together. All the things you'll ever hope for. Sunsets in sweet October skies. We won't even mind the rain. It'll be a perfect day. We won't even mind the rain. It'll be a perfect day. This next song is the title track of our last album, which was just came out in 2020, and it's all about being at home and our beautiful place in County Kildare. Myself and himself, my fella Andy, live in County Kildare, and we wrote this song. Well, I wrote this song with Enda Riley, and we wrote this song about how beautiful and how lucky we are to have a home, because not that many people have homes. And I think I was just feeling very grateful for a beautiful house in the countryside with all the birds, and me trying to make friends with them all the birds. So for anybody who doesn't know, a homebird is somebody who's like a homebody. So and that's what we were at the time. Now, a year and a half later, after being at home, we definitely want to hit the road and not be homebirds anymore. But I hope you like this song anyway. This is called Homebird. Swallows flying low, see them follow seasons flow, how they dance as they go through the rusty gate where the fields of barley grow, go from grey to brown to green, then gold. Whole birds are waiting for me. The light's getting older, the barley grows golder as far as I can see. The secrets of trees whisper and breathe, they're watching over, safe under cover, the homebirds and me. The homebirds and me. Lie by Heron's Lake and think of nothing for the day, till the pheasant scares away. The homebirds and we built our nests among the trees. It's a place for us to rest and breathe. The homebirds are waiting for me. Light's getting older, the barley grows golder as far as I can see. The secrets of trees whisper and breathe, they're watching over, safe under cover, the homebirds and me. The secrets of trees whisper and breathe, they're watching over, safe under cover, the homebirds and me. Homebirds and me. Homebirds and me. Homebirds and me. The homebirds and me. The homebirds and me. Thanks so much. I hope you are enjoying yourself tonight, and thanks so much for tuning in to us here on Cabaret Connect. We're going to finish off now with a song about all the west coast of Ireland. I don't know if anybody's watching from the west coast of Ireland, but this is a song all about the west coast of Ireland. Thank you so much for supporting us here tonight, and for keeping us going, and for supporting live music. We're delighted to be here. So this is a song called All Along the Wild Atlantic Way. When will you bring me my love? I'm counting down the days. When will you bring me my love? All along the wild Atlantic way. I'm 60 years in Nova Scotia, waiting for the day that we're returning home. all along the wild Atlantic way. When will you bring me my love? I'm counting down the days. When will you bring me my love? All along the wild Atlantic way. Remember when we went to Bombay, the shipwreck in the bay? We sat and watched the north and west sunset all along the wild Atlantic way. The time that we climbed Patrick, we nearly went astray. Our legs were aching, falling off us all along the wild Atlantic way. When will you bring me my love? I'm counting down the days. When will you bring me my love? All along the wild Atlantic way. The time that we went skinny dipping down a Derry May, smelling Galway salted ocean all along the wild Atlantic way. The time that we met Willie Clancy piping in Hull Bay, we sang and danced till the early morning all along the wild Atlantic way. When will you bring me my love? I'm counting down the days. When will you bring me my love? All along the wild Atlantic way. And watch you catch the fish near Dingle as Kirk's roll away. Wait for you with the half-light gloaming all along the wild Atlantic way. Cycling out to the black ball head, skin salty from the spray. The ocean looming out beyond us all along the wild Atlantic way. When will you bring me my love? I'm counting down the days. When will you bring me my love? All along the wild Atlantic way. When will you bring me my love? I'm counting down the days. When will you bring me my love? All along the wild Atlantic way. When will you bring me my love? I'm counting down the days. When will you bring me my love? All along the wild Atlantic way.
That was beautiful, wasn't it? We love Aoife, so thank you to Aoife Scott there, and also I'd like to thank Lorraine Nash, who was performing before her, and of course Stephen James Smith, who started it all off as well. Wow, God, we're so lucky we know so many amazing, talented people. Really,
it's been an amazing little run, and it is coming to an end. And I think what we feel, don't we, is that we are coming out of lockdown. Eventually, in about 20 years' time.
I'm confused.
Hopefully we are. Yeah, and so the reason why we put this together was for people stuck in the house and not doing anything. So I think people are hopefully starting to see shows into themselves. So we might come back after the Christmas with a reinventing of this. We might going to go half online, half live, and it could be quite. We've got some very exciting ideas for that. I was thinking
we could do like a Cabaret Connect tour, and we can come to your house.
Exactly.
So yeah,
venue. Let's think big, and then if we can't get the numbers, go down to the houses.
Well, I don't know, packed house. It's less pressure.
So we've had some fantastic shows. So thank you if you've donated for the acts. It's been a big pleasure. It's been an absolute honour to introduce these people, and it's been an absolute honour to do it beside my gorgeous wife as well, which has been good because we haven't really done a project together for a long time. Well, let's just say.
Did you say the football is on?
I've got a two in my eye there. Sorry. Sorry. Well, it's Friday night, lads. Come on. Anyway, but the point is, it's been great to do it with, oh my God, do it with Lynn. Sorry, this is all going completely wrong.
So
anyway,
sorry.
It's been good to do a project together creatively.
I just stop there if I were you. Should we just move on? Okay.
Anyway, we've had some fantastic performers, and we've chosen not the best four. We've just chosen four.
No, you can't say that.
That's what I'm saying. We've not chosen the best. I didn't say we've chosen the best. We've not chosen the best four.
But they are the best. But they were all the best.
Yeah, that's why I said not the best four.
Okay.
Think about what I said.
No.
I've not chosen the best 4. If I said we've chosen the best 4, then you'd be thinking, well, I played in the first episode and not chosen my... Just say we've chosen 4 people. They're not the best 4, but they're just a nice cross-section of everything that we had on the show. So we're going to do that. I want to thank you for coming and listening. We're going to leave this part of the show with a little selection of 4 other performers doing short extracts of their songs. And then after that, we're going to come back and Linda's going to do a little tribute for Joy. So thank you so much. It's been a real beautiful honour to sit here and be beamed into your front rooms. So as I said, we'll have the video and we'll come back and do a tribute. So enjoy what you've missed if you've not seen these episodes, and you can get them all on the line.
I'm actually going to put the link on for that. Yeah, so listen, we'll say, I won't say goodbye, but I'll just press play.
Just press play, yeah, I think it's press play.
Okay, I'll press play.
3 o'clock in the morning, no rest for the addicted, tormented by these mental images of a man I've never even met, the kingpin. He sits at the head of the boardroom, slick-lipped prick with a manicure, never sure if he's grinning or grimacing, a philanthropist, a well-adjusted citizen, and everyone respects him. Ask him, when were your hands last tainted by the sickness of addicts as you were raking their pockets for bad debt? When were you last sent in to collect? He'll tell you for himself that's the dog's work. He only did it while he seed funded his empire. His kids really think those damn spots on his hands are stigmata. But our kid sees pinpricks on a treasure map.
Oh, those mighty kings of the jungle haven't had me better still. Well, it sure has been a long, long, hard climb. Time wheels running in the back of my memory. When I was up on the hillside, following a pack of wild geese. But someday everything is gonna be like a rhapsody. When I paint my masterpiece.
If someone's down, you pick them up. If someone's thirsty, you give them your cup. If someone's bored, you buy them your book. On my website, tenner. It's what my ma taught me. If someone's homeless, you take them in. That God will always forgive a sin. If you put your bloody litter in the bin, is what my ma taught me. That women's lib, now to do with burning your bra. Believe in yourself, you'll go dead far. Always drive a Nissan car. Micra. Yellow. My inheritance. It's what my ma taught me. She said, Michael, tell him not to cry. I have lived such a fantastic life. You want to see me? Look into one of the kids' eyes is what my ma taught me. That's...
Long to float on shipless oceans, hiding all my best to smile till you're singing eyes and fingers drew me loving to your eyes, and you say, sail to me, let me enfold you. Here I am, waiting to hold you.
That was a bit of a recap of some of the shows we've had before, and just like to finish off now, just to dedicate this to Joy, who was a very special person. I met Joy when she was 6. She was a force of nature. She was very charismatic, very beautiful, quite cheeky as well. There was a gap. There was a few years that we weren't in touch, but then we reconnected again. Reconnected with Joy and Daisy and Jolie, and Ruben and Theo came along as well, and that's very special. And over the years, we've just become very, very close. And what I realised as well that I was very lucky to have Joy in my life, but all the people that her family and the friends, so many, and everybody that met Joy, if you could not but not love her. She lit up the room. She was amazing. So it's lovely. It's very special that Jane, her mom, is here this evening. Daisy, her sister Daisy, her sisters Hannah and Natalie, and of course her beautiful daughter Jolie, and of course all the rest of the family and friends that are here this evening. This kind of makes it very special, quite poignant. I'd like to thank Jolie now for sending me on this little video. Just a little snapshot of Joy being Joy. I think at the time Jolie was filming it, Joy didn't realise that she was being filmed, so it captures her beautifully. So I'm going to say my goodbyes now, and I'm just going to leave you with this.
Oh, woo! He's a funky cat. Woo, woo,